Some of the country's regions on its safe travel list. Last week, the UK stepped up quarantine rules for all travellers returning from Spain. They're now required to self-isolate for 14 days. But authorities in Madrid argue that travel corridors could be formed between the UK and some Spanish regions that haven't seen a spike in COVID-19 cases. Spain is by far the most popular destination for British holidaymakers, and the new quarantine rules are expected to have a major impact on the tourism industry. Well, for more on this, I was joined a short while ago by the Spanish State Secretary for Global Spain, Manuel Muniz. He maintains that most regions in the country are safe for tourists.
Well, there have been cases in very particular regions and areas of Spain. So about 60% of all new cases of the last few days are concentrated in two very specific regions, Catalonia being one of them and Aragon being the other. But in the rest of the country, and particularly in some of the most popular tourist destinations, like the Balearic Islands or the Canary Islands or Andalusia, where the Costa del Sol is, which is a very popular destination among Brits, among others, the rate of infection is extremely low. The cases are not acute on the whole because we're doing a lot more testing, so actually the case numbers reflect much milder cases, even symptomatic cases that we're now being able to detect. So on the whole, yes, the country remains very safe, some areas particularly so. And I think we need to be able to discriminate across regions in this phase where we're trying to control the spread of the disease in very particular areas in Spain with much more surgical measures.
But can you understand the concerns of the UK government? Because they are saying that, well, if you can't control people travelling between regions, how on earth can you expect the virus not to spread beyond those regions concerned?
Well, this is because there are measures being taken in those regions, and we have the capacity. I mean, it's conceivable we could implement, for example, a collaboration with the hotel industry in these places and others that can certify that people spend time in these areas and not in others. This is particularly true in the case of our islands, the Balearic Islands and the Canary Islands, that are easy to control in terms of people actually spending time there. But what doesn't make too much sense, I think, is to take the situation in very specific places and extrapolate it to the totality of the country, where in other areas these issues are simply not there.
Lots more to come on the program.